Istana Tengkulong is located in Besut, Terengganu, near the fisherman village in Sungai Besut. In 1988, the Istana was moved to Kampung Budaya Terengganu, Terengganu State Museum, Kampung Losong, Kuala Terengganu. The resemblance of these two locations is certainly the fact that they were nearby the river facing Pulau Ungku Aziz. Istana Tengkulong is characterized as one of the valuable historical palaces that was built in the reign of Tengkulong Tengkungah to his beloved wife Tengku Wok, who is one of the royal families of Terengganu. It is a symbol of love to his wife, which made the palace hold a love story as great as Taj Mahal in India behind its construction. In 1929, Tengkulong took over the governance of Besut district, a district bordering the state of Kelantan from Tengku Cik Haji, and officially became the second Besut Commissioner.
Istana Tengkulong has Malay vernacular architectural style, and the structure of the palace is based on Rumah Limas Bungkus, or the house with covered pyramid-shaped roof. This type of architecture was originated from Britain and Netherlands. One of the features that the palace has is the horizontal straight ridge and rafter descending to the east. Beneath the part is a decoration of wooden carvings often used by royal and noble family in Terengganu. The main material is the same like Kelantan traditional house, which is from Chengal. For the material of the roof, it used clay tiles that were made locally, but most of it are imported from town in southern Thailand called Singgora tiles.
For the Spatial Organization, Istana Tengkulong consists of 7 different parts with different occasions in each spaces, starting from the Anjung, where all the administrative and official duties that are related to the government are carried out. Other than that, Surung or Anjung was used to welcome and celebrate the guest of honor who was visiting the palace. It is why most of the walls in Surung or Anjung space were decorated with wood carving arts. Next to the Anjung is the Bilik Santapan, or the dining hall, where the occupants and guests would be served once they were welcomed to the palace. The central part of the house or Rumah Ibu is mainly the breaker space between the Bilik Santapan and the Bilik Peraduan, which is the master bedroom of the palace that is positioned last in the Spatial Organization. Positioned at each of Rumah Ibu adjacently, there are 2 private rooms that were enclosed by some wood-carved partition. Lastly, the palace is perimetered by an open veranda or serambi throughout the entire palace.
Based on multiple researches, it is known that there are 5 carvings components in traditional Malay houses and mosques. These are crucial components that amount to the entrances and the fenestrations. The components are the ventilation panels of windows and doors, window sleeves, walls, carvings, and gates. Istana Tengkulong was built with 15 tall windows around the perimeter of the main house, or more known as Rumah Ibu in local term, with perforated ventilation panels. Each panel was designed with very symmetrical and asymmetrical or floral and geometrical motifs in the layout. The carvings are part of the fenestration of the building, where the openings allowed air and light to penetrate through into the space. Hence, the carvings are often found located at the uppermost part. Istana Tengkulong, just like any other vernacular Malay houses, the palace was built mainly from strong material of timber which survived decades since the initial construction of the palace. The elegance of Malay royalty was also defined by the detailed wood carvings called janda berhias, one of the embossed piercings, which is the tebok timbul wood carving method prominently used in the palace facade. The walls of janda berhias were one of the notable features of traditional Malay carvings. The ventilation hall panels are arranged vertically as they fit the walls using inflatable board panels or ornate windows with specific carvings on the window panels. Wood carving or kerawang is known to be one of the crucial parts of Malay culture adapted into the design of traditional Malay houses and istana. The exterior and interior of Istana Besar Tengkulong is defined with the simple yet elegant workmanship of kerawang, adorning the whole layout of the house in a sense that the composition of the kerawang is an organization of part agreement with principles that will result into the order of unified whole. As a piece, the wood carving is the type of component that depicts elements in harmonious composition with the sequence and regulations of principles and meanings appeared in the perforated wall ventilation and lighting panel found at Istana Besar Tengkulong. The pattern of kerawang found in Istana Tengkulong comprises of three distinctive patterns and they are called direct piercing or tebuk terus, semi-piercing or tebuk separuh, and embossed piercing or tebuk timbul, frame and the screen pattern, pola bingkai or pola pemidang, and complete pattern which is pola lengkap or pola induk.
The constructions of the main building of the Istana uses 100% chengal wood as a part of the timber components on the building. Chengal is sharply defined from the hardwood, which is light yellow-brown, distinct green tinge, darkening on exposure to dark purple-brown or rusted. This timber is suitable for all forms of heavy construction. In all cases, pad footing or lapik tiang concrete base was used as foundations and also as posts to back up the whole structure, and the concrete base was used for the burial for the Istana. There are columns that support the whole structure of the Istana that are primarily constructed from the foundation to the roof of the building. Basically, the floor system at the Istana uses a column and the post as the main part to support the floor by the floor joist. Most of the posts and the beam are jointed by the T-halving joint with wooden pegs, as well as the mortise and tenon joints. For the flooring, the floor is finished using hardwood chengal timber boards laid directly across the floor joists. The advantages of the raised platform floor provide subfloor ventilation and shaded spaces in hot, humid climates. The convex wall panels is one of the main attractions toward this building for its wall systems. The convex wall panels fix on the wall facades of the house that is made of thick chengal wood and chengal frames in a vertical and horizontal layout, as well as equipped with carved panels within the wall. The wall panel also include large louvered window to ventilate the spaces under the roof. This also will prevent air from being trapped inside the building. The type of the roof of this istana is a pitch roof and the king post roof trusses. In a king post roof, the principal rafters act together from the apex of where the post is suspended. The king post acts as a tie to support the center of the beams and preventing them from sagging under the load of the ceiling. There are many variations of the mortise and tenon joints used in this istana. But the basic joint compromises two components, which is the mortise hole and the tenon tongue. The T-halving joints used in the istana are a type of lap joint in which the pieces of the chengal timber which meet or cross each other are halved in thickness so that when assembled their faces are flush. The lap joint is a joint in which the members overlap. The lap joint used at this istana may be a full lap or half lap.
The report highlights the importance and significance of design values and construction in Istana Tengkulong. Istana Tengkulong in Terengganu that was built for Tengku manifests the beauty and wisdom of Malay traditional architecture. It also shows the richness that the Malay tradition has and how they apply it on the building through the use of various methods and materials. The palace that once used to be the administration building for Commissioner in Mesut is now maintained by State Government of Terengganu. Despite the fact that it no longer resembles the original construction, it continues to play an important role in Terengganu, notably in tourist sector when viewing the entire complex of Istana Tengkulong. It is hoped that the existing architecture legacy can be preserved, so it will continue to serve as a symbol and historical artifacts.